Why DZ on the beat? Is you sleep?
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Are you gonna freestyle? You wanna kick a flow?
Nah.
No. Hold on. What you
I
was
ain't
gonna
got
say about
nothing
the
to
victory
kick.
slap?
Nah, that shit
Slap,
was hilarious.
nigga.
He said, knock shit down my homie hand and you get slapped, nigga.
Oh, y'all got a beat playing or something?
Yeah, you won't be able to hear it because you're not in the studio.
He said, y'all got a beat playing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got a beat playing.
All day, nigga.
I don't hear the beat. I don't hear victory slap. This is it. Victory lap.
Welcome back to episode 3 of the podcast. I am YDZ and
Bates Benny.
with
Deuce B.
where the fuck you at, Deuce?
I'm live.
Live. He live, baby.
He don't want to give his location.
Damn, bro.
You know,
Let me find.
location only on the iPhone, man. I can't get a location now, like, cause you know y'all gonna clown if I even say it. I mean, we just gonna say southeastern Louisiana. That's what we're gonna say.
You in southeastern Louisiana?
Louisiana.
Are you sure? Are you
Pretty
positive?
positive.
All right, just making sure. Man, what's good, man? We had a lot of things going on this week. Man, how everything been? How you been doing this week, bro? Had a good week?
Not really, but you know, it's getting there. You know, with work and all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can say this much. You know what I'm saying? Putting more effort into doing what I want to do, and I'll challenge anybody to do that. You have a better quality of life if you spend more time trying to do what you enjoy versus doing something just for a paycheck.
You are absolutely
Definitely
right,
agree.
and that's exactly the type of shit I've been on for the last, I want to say, year and a half, which ultimately led to me starting this podcast. Right.
The podcast gave me like a confidence. It gave me like a new confident level. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, when you get to talk to people, like, you know, not talk to people, but we are talking to people. We talking to each other, but at the same time, we expressing views, and it's like, you know, a lot of people don't do that in the world. Everybody's stuck in the same, you know, in the same routine every day, and it's like once you get out of that routine and you're able to express yourself or like your feelings, then it helps you, you know, adjust to the world and everything like that.
Yeah, and from a financial aspect, man, if you're doing something that you really enjoy, then you won't even think about money. If you're doing what you really love, man, you will opt out of your contract and sign with the Lakers for $135 million. And not even think twice about it.
I think it's 154 for 4 years.
154.
King Bron, shout out to King Bron.
Shout out to LeBron. Breaking news.
About to be
News
king
just
of the
broke
Lakers.
about 45 minutes ago that
About to hang
LeBron
his
went to the Lakers.
jersey up.
What's up?
They about to hang his jersey up.
Already. Did not even go waste no time, man. He already here. Look, let's hang the jersey up. We got greatness in the building. How you feel about that, Deuce?
Man, it's King James, man. You know I'm a James fan.
What you-
I mean,
What
Tim,
you,
are you a James fan now since he going to the Lakers? You know what I'm saying? Like, come
bro?
on,
Are you
man.
asking
gotta
Tim, is
give
he
that man his
bandwagon
props.
jumping?
Like, you know you're gonna ball out.
Yeah,
wherever you
I
go.
prefer your question. You asked me what you just said, Bates.
Are you asking Tim, is he bandwagon jumping? That's what it sounds like. Is that what we're asking Tim? Is he a
'cause
bandwagon
He
jumping?
was hating LeBron. Just
What?
for the
Man,
fact
I
that
hate y'all LeBron lovers.
We were LeBron fans.
No, but
No, I
we got
don't
you.
talk about LeBron fans.
We got
I hate
you
his fucking dick riders, dude, that act like he can't do no wrong.
We got you recorded saying that you gonna hate on LeBron.
I'm going hate. Like, I have my moments where I'm like, you know what? I'm about to hate on this nigga. I'm about to hate on him. But, I mean, that don't make me a hater. Listen, if I go out and I play golf one day, do that make me a golfer?
No,
Well,
but
you
if you
never
say you
told
about
me-
to hate, that makes you a hater.
That don't make me a
If
hater.
you say you about to hate and you proceed to hate,
You don't
that
label
makes you
somebody a hater because they went, just because I'm
You
hating
labeled
on this.
yourself a hater.
I said I'm
You
about
a self-
to hate.
You a self-proclaimed
A
hater.
LeBron hater. That what
You
he
a
said.
self-proclaimed
Hey, you know what?
King James hater.
You're right. I was. After he won his championship for the Cavs, I said I'm gonna stop hating on LeBron. That was my thing.
No, you hated on him a couple weeks ago.
No, I hated on him. That don't mean that I'm a hater.
I disagree.
That don't mean that I'm actually a hater just because I'm hating, man. Just because I'm in a bad mood, I'm in a depressing mood. That don't mean that I'm depressed. Hold up, that's a bad example. Scratch that.
Stop hating on my stop hating on my my responses too.
Man, listen, bro.
On my
At the end of the
rebuttals.
day, what do y'all believe? Do you think Kawhi Leonard, or like, what you think LeBron gonna do next year? Being that he took a leap of faith and went out there to LA by himself, because we all know that he wanted a superstar to come with him, and that's not the case so far. I thought LeBron would have waited till he got somebody over there first, then
He
went.
don't need a superstar, man.
But-
he about to break the West down, man.
But they
He
still
about to break
got
the
room
West
for
down
it.
single-handedly.
Man,
They
ain't
still
no
got
fucking
room
way.
for it though, because like you gotta look at it this way. Because with that team they had with the Lakers, that Lakers team, it took Golden State in the overtime. Like, you know what I'm saying? They got some boys in there like Julius Randle, and then when Lonzo
True.
Ball on his game, you know what I'm saying? That boy passing is ridiculous.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they got some guys that could fill it up, man. And then plus they still got room to do a max contract. So I think it's gonna be
Right.
one of them things like when they get somebody else, it's gonna be one of them things like, oh damn, I forgot about him. Oh, they about to go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get one of them players, one of the players that nobody really talking about, but they're like, oh, snap,
Somebody
they got
that's
him.
good enough to compliment LeBron. That's what I
Yeah,
want to
like
see
who?
LeBron do. I want to see him play with somebody
who
and
in the-
actually
who in the running
compliment
right
them and
now?
him
Who in
them
the
compliment him. Say what?
I don't know. He said who's in the running. I don't know. I don't know who will be able,
Who they after?
who will be able to go. I don't know. I don't have a name in the forefront of my mind yet. But you know, it's plenty of players out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like
PG did say he's staying at OKC. That was his choice, or like he already made that. He already signed it, right?
Paul George already re-signed with the Thunder. I think
Okay.
that was official
I'll
like
make sure.
yesterday, something like that. Like everything went down this weekend. It's crazy. It's been real busy.
Right before the show. Right before the show.
Right before the show, man. That's a sign, man. Everybody doing this for the podcast. Everything was done for the podcast. So we gonna see Paul George and Westbrook together for. I never even looked at his contract. I was in New Orleans partying. I just got the notification. Let me see.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly when I got it. So I ain't really get to
You
see what type of contract it
shake
was.
back, don't act like you
I'm
100%
definitely,
anyway.
bro. Real
Like,
talk, man. Bates pull up to my house trying to hoop. I'm like, man, bro, I cannot. I barely can even walk right now, man. He throwing-
I know, man. He was worse than he normally is.
Yeah, I could tell him.
Wow,
video.
bro. All right, okay,
Dunk
all right.
instead of drunk. He like, man, y'all want to watch some dunk videos?
Who? Hold on, you lost me on that one.
Wait, what happened?
When he had posted on Facebook, said, "Oh, y'all ready for these NOLA dunk videos?" Go look on the comment. Go look on the comment I left on under that.
No, you know what? I was definitely drunk when I sent that. But son, what I did was I posted it
I
on
was waiting for
Instagram.
dunk video. I'm like, man, they had a basketball game.
Hey, yeah, I seen that, but man, I was too fucked up to even care, son. I posted that on Instagram, and what I was trying to do was take all of my Instagram stories and put it on Facebook, and then instead of putting it inside the stories, I ended up sharing it as a post. And after I went back and seen this
It was
morning, you
like-
comment.
it
I'm
was
like,
a
how this
big
nigga commented on my
anticipation.
story?
Then it's like, oh, it's just a picture. It's just a picture. I was waiting for video.
This nigga here, bro. Hell yeah, bro. So, man, you brought up something interesting before the show, man. You were saying something about borrowing money. Like, all right, so where you came from with this? What, you just was scrolling through Facebook and saw somebody talking about it, or what?
Personally, I mean, I ain't gonna put nobody bad. I ain't gonna put nobody out like that.
Yeah, we don't want to
They
air
know.
nobody out just yet.
They know.
But say a
They
name.
know.
Say a
what I'm
name.
saying? And
Take
it's
some
like-
initials. Give us some initials.
They know what it is. They know, bro.
Oh, man, you scared, bro? You scared? Give us some initials, man. Initials
Nah, it's just like,
and the
okay,
name of the
bro.
city they stay in.
Man, you okay? I would just make it clear as day. Okay, it's like okay, man, you be stunned. It's like if I was in a position, you know what I'm saying? I know it's very few people that can be able to help me, but it's like I don't know if it's people think that I'm just gonna, just always help them, or it's just like, I'm always be here when they fall or whatever. But it's like, well, man, we get tired of help. I mean, I'm talking to people, I'm talking to the fans now. Who out there thinks that, you should always be there for somebody? No. People get tired of being there for people, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about like financially. If you were grown, you the same age as me, you know what I'm saying? You're a grown person, so you supposed to be, I mean, your background might not be perfect so you can get a job, get a better job or whatever, but at the same time, I'm not making that much money. I'm making do what I got. You know what
My
I'm
thing
saying?
is
I
this,
can't
bro.
help.
If we real tight and I got it and you need help and I can offer it to you, I am not going to let nobody borrow money. Like I don't let nobody that I'm real close to borrow money. I give it to you. And that's that. Because once you say, you know what, let me borrow some money, you know what I'm saying? And we have this conversation about, all right, I'm letting you borrow this. When we say borrow, I'm expecting you to give that money back. Now, if you don't give the money back, now, you know, I got to, man, what's up with my money? You know what I'm saying? That causes problems.
This situation, okay, I'll let the dude borrow the money. Never paid it back. Like, I'm not going to say I asked for the money because it should be their responsibility to be like, you know, if you're a real dude, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna be like, oh, here your money that I let you borrow, that you let me borrow, you know what I'm saying? Or if it's like a bet, or if it's like if you got a bet with somebody and they don't bring it up, well, it's your responsibility to be like, oh man, I know I still owe you this money. Because, you know, if I bet with somebody, it's gonna always be in the back of my head.
Yeah, you should have your winnings
be in the back of my head.
Yeah, you should have that person winnings ready. Like as soon as the bet is over, look, boom, it should be right there. It shouldn't be no waiting, no 2 days, no 1 week. Right then and there.
Like, it's a grace period, it's supposed to. Like, you know, some people don't get paid. Some people, you know, like to live paycheck to paycheck. Or they
man, you should have never stuck yourself in a bet that you couldn't afford. Should have never been in that bet to begin with. You know what I'm saying?
Don't talk about us broke people down here, man.
Hey, bro, we all broke, man. At the end of the day,
you the only one. You the one.
So now I'm the baller now. Now I'm the baller, man. We lying to the people, man. Have somebody come looking for me, trying to rob me for ain't shit I got.
Yeah, because
you got them straps, man. We got them straps. You got them straps.
Man, I can tell you right now.
I got egg cartons on my wall, son. That's what I'm using.
Yeah,
for soundproof walls, I got egg cartons.
Tim's not a baller, man, like at all, man. Because I'm at his house right now recording this, and I see the condition that he's living in. So he really need this podcast to take off.
Definitely, man. I've been hurting.
Son, it's bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, his basketball ain't even got no grip on it.
It don't, bro, at all.
Like none.
That's his favorite ball, though. That's his favorite ball.
Like
what?
Nothing in the
nothing. If you don't have grip on the ball, that make you learn how to shoot better.
Man, nothing in the house got grip. Look, his ball ain't got no grip. His shoes ain't got no grip.
Son, actually, you know what? I want to say like 2 days ago, I stepped in some gum, and I've been helping out.
The concrete ain't
and it's stuck under my shoe. I don't know how to take it out.
His concrete ain't got no grip, son. I had to put on that's
real talk,
I had to put on my park brakes to stop my car from sliding down the driveway.
Bro, if you go hoop inside my driveway, bro, you could just like it's not even wet outside. You be slipping all over the place, bro. I never heard of it. Like,
man, what's going on with that?
I don't know, bro. That's like, man, I can't explain it. I really can't.
That is weird. That's weird.
Well,
That's weird. It's unpolitically correct.
Unpolitical who? Unpolitic what?
Unpolitical. It sounded like he was trying to say a Hawaiian word.
Kind of, man, well, crazy, bro.
Yeah, R.I.P. Joe Jackson.
Right. R.I.P. Joe Jackson, man. You still got what I was gonna say, probably. I'm drawing a complete blank right now. Excuse me. You finish what you were saying. I'll get back to you on that.
No, I was just saying R.I.P. Joe Jackson. That's all I want to say. I don't really have much more to say about that. I mean, I understand they go through some. That family's been through a lot. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the family means in general, I guess, a lot to music for what they did and for Michael and all that other stuff. I really don't follow them that much, man. I mean,
I don't know much about Joe Jackson either, besides that he used to whip
the shit out them
beat
kids.
The brakes off him. That's all I know about him. I know that he made them rich. He was, like their manager.
Things about Joe Jackson. He's a great musician. He used to whip his kids, and he be on that yak.
That yak. I don't even know that much about him.
Man, that's. I mean, why they got to bring that up, man? That's what he was known for. I feel like he was known for, creating the Jackson 5.
Right, yeah.
He was, but him and Kanye was hitting that yak at the award show. That's why I said that.
Oh, really? What, this year or years ago?
No, years ago.
Oh, all right. I didn't know that. That's something.
I think I seen a picture. That picture.
Joe Jackson, man.
Oh yeah, they was getting it, man. They was getting it on that. So speaking of music,
I used to get Joe Jackson and Ike Turner confused. Why, I don't know. His last name is Jackson. That should be distinguished enough. But for some reason, I think looking at him, I thought they were the same person as a kid.
Man, but one thing that I see, like, between, like, if you look at Joe Jackson, Ike Turner, Bobby Brown, Chris Brown, and all them, I'm starting to think there must be a certain synthesis to beating the shit out your woman and then just going in and making some hits. Dog, they all did it, son. It
But
must be
Like who?
easy on
Like
the
who?
puns.
It must be some synthesis to that. Like no, I said Chris Brown, Bobby Brown, Joe Jackson, Ike Turner. It must be some type of synthesis to whooping somebody's ass and then just getting in the studio.
What about
like,
Rick James?
Like Eureka.
What about Rick James? Rick James was
He's beating that white girl.
man. Rick James beat every fucking girl that was around him. I'm Rick James, bitch. That wasn't loud enough.
The milk's gone bad. Hey, but speaking of music, man, speaking of people in music, the Drake album. Deuce, you listen to that yet?
Partial. I listened about 6 or 7 tracks on it.
I did too, and so far from what I've been listening to, I like it. Like
I think Deuce like it too.
It's okay. I mean, I thought he would have came harder.
Like, what y'all expect Drake to do? Drake is not a hip hop.
Okay,
He's not a
the
hardcore
energy-
hip hop
the
artist.
energy
He is a
was
pop.
off to me, bro. Like,
I don't get it. I don't get it.
He was
Like,
just nonchalant.
This my thing, man. I think
guess
just
it sound like
because-
he tired or sound like something is draining his energy. Maybe it could be 40, like the depression state with 40, which I respect. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be there's just the. I mean, he had lyrics on there. Don't get me wrong. He was spitting bars. And he had a lot of quotables on there, but I don't know. I gotta listen to it again. But what really drove me, my wife talking about, oh, it's better than Nas.
What?
Better than Nas album.
oh, you know what? I believe.
okay.
I believe so.
rock
What you mean, like lyrically or like easy listening wise? Because if you want to listen to something to jam, I'm jamming the Drake. I don't listen to Nas to jam. You listen to Nas
For the content.
for the content and the shit that he's saying.
But
you know
let's
what I'm
say,
saying?
But I
if
jam
you-
Nas
if you-
too.
If Nas, like you go on your playlist, Nas popped up. You know what I'm saying? And then would you skip Nas track or would you let it play? That's what I'm talking about.
It depends
like,
on the mood. That's the
as
difference
far as,
between
like,
Drake.
listening. I skipped like 2 or 3 Drake tracks.
Oh,
know
you
what I'm
asking if
saying?
you could play the
Because
whole
it
thing?
wasn't-
Play the whole thing through from beginning to end, no skips.
And
You
see,
say you play Drake through?
Yeah, because when you had said if the playlist come on without play Nas, I didn't know if you was talking about like
One track. I'm talking about just one track.
situational, or you talking about when I turned it on from track 1, will I play the whole thing straight through? I think
No,
with
just
Nas,
like a random track off the album.
no. Like if I turn on Nas, if I go to Nas' album right now and just randomly pick a song, there's a good chance that it's not the song I feel like listening to because he don't make that type of vibe type music. It's something. He have a deeper message in everything he says.
not only that, but that's a hard thing to do. The last album that I listened to all the way through, I didn't have an issue with it. Like listen all the way through.
No skips.
No skips. Nipsey Hussle Victory Lap.
That city was hard. Thank you. Somebody
Nipsey
else
Hussle victory lap.
recognized that, bro.
I like it, but I don't see why everybody's saying it's so great.
It was like a
Please-
Nas mix
please.
with like game type feel. Cause he
A
was
Nas
like
game type
rapping and it
feel. I
was-
mean, he was hard. It was some gangster rap. He seemed like he aggressive on every verse.
but he
Actually,
wasn't even
like,
talking about
tone
no
that
gangsta
shit
stuff,
down
man.
sometimes.
He was
my
telling
homie
stories
Henny,
on there.
you
He
get
was
slapped,
telling-
nigga.
Somebody please enlighten me what was so great about this album.
No, to me it was the way that it was put together. I like the flow of the album. I'm not saying everything that he said had a message. I'm not saying everything.
And I'm not judging off for that neither. I
I'm
want to know
judging-
what made it so great.
the
There's-
way they put it together with his flow and the production that he chose. The album flowed as it's supposed to. Because that's what you look for whenever you're trying to put an album
yeah,
together.
you want to listen to it
You want your
collectively
album to flow from
as a
beginning
whole,
to end,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
So
That's what you strive for people to get your album and play it from beginning to end and listen to everything. And he did a good job of that. Every beat they come on, I was like, okay.
Yeah, he
Then
got
when
some hard
started with-
beats.
then
Right.
when
He got some
started
hard
with the
beats.
flow. When he came with the flow, I was like, all right, you know,
But
It's like
everything went well
when
together.
Rick
It all
Ross first
gelled.
came to the scene. He put you in like a certain mood, bro.
I wanna
And
say-
Nipsey like put you in a certain mood, and it's like, man, you win it. You know what I'm saying? Like like when you listen to Nipsey Hussle, it's like, man.
All right, so for me, I want to say like the thing that took away.
Sell dope. Won't have to do none of that just to get money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he made it a legal way.
But I want to
That's
say
basically
I want to
what
say
you're
what I take away from the album, dog, is that I feel like he was being too fucking aggressive in every flow. Like he hollering with the rasp too much. Like tone it down somewhere. Just give me like a, just a little chill vibe somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Even on like the mellow beats, he coming harsh, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dog. Life is not that hard all day. You know what I'm saying?
Tim, I know you ain't talking, bro.
Son, bro.
Your CD, your album, bro.
Just know you're here for a reason. Bless your need, count for falls you leaves. And I'm saying that in such a calm tone, son.
Louder.
I'm saying that in such a calm tone. You know what I'm saying? Everything. All right, let me sing. I got a bunch like the song "Okay to Cry." I'm not hollering on that track. But had I been Nipsey Hussle, I'd have been saying it with so much rage. Like that's the difference. I'm trying to say like you gotta.
Why you trying to hate on the dude, man?
Man, why everything gotta be hating? Hey man, y'all niggas be too sensitive. Y'all throw the word hate out way too much.
Chill song that Nipsey made.
Question. All right, and this for you, Bates.
Okay.
Is anything that is not in your favor, is it automatically hatred?
Anything that's not in my favorite.
If you feel like you like
hatred.
something and I say that I don't like it, do that make me a hater?
No.
I feel like everybody throw that hate word out too loosely.
No,
every
that doesn't make you a hater.
Am I entitled to critique, to have my own opinion?
Yeah.
All right, so that's okay, right? That's all I want to. I'm like, why everybody
but
throw this word?
But if you call it hating, then it's hate.
But what I said was, yeah, I agree with that. It's hating, but that don't mean I am a hater.
To go look at everything that the person do, like I don't see it as hating. Like there's certain artists that I just don't mess with or whatever, and I don't go like to go out to listen to their stuff and try to critique it and all that. Now if you out there seeking it, then that's kind of hate. Well, that is hate.
Yeah, if you're looking for it, like you go and look for it just to talk bad about it, like your mind is already made up and nothing can sway your opinion.
You don't like the person
you already a hater.
They drop an album, you're like, let me see this bitch ass nigga drop.
Yeah, a person that's hating, like their mind is already their mind is already set on how they feel about something before they even give it a chance. Like let's say I didn't like Nipsey Hussle and everybody said, man, go listen to Nipsey Hussle. My mind already set. I'm already going to tell y'all that I don't like it. I'm not going to like it. I'm going to listen to it and I'm going to be looking for things to pick apart as I listen to it. So, yeah, that's hating. But what I was just doing, Deuce, was just telling you how I felt about the song. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily saying it's a bad thing for everybody. For me, it's something that I didn't prefer. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that I'm hating on the man, son. I think everybody need to stop throwing that word out too loosely, man. People need to learn how to agree to disagree, understand where people's coming, when somebody's coming from. And just take it with a grain of salt. Like, that's how somebody else feels. Bad word to you. Say what?
Hate was a bad word. Bad choice of words.
Yes, it was a very, yes. I know. Yeah. So, besides Nipsey Hussle, who else?
Hate-esque.
Hate-esque. What else they got going on, bro?
You said besides Nipsey Hussle. I was saying this is one of the
shout out to J La Soul. Know what I'm saying? He couldn't be here today.
How rude of us. Shout out to J La Soul, man. I called him and he was grocery shopping head ass. Grocery shopping head ass. And he the biggest Laker fan that I know. I mean, he one of the few biggest Laker fans. I know about like maybe 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? That you can't tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I know he wanted to be a part of this podcast, but he's pretty busy because I know he got something to say about LeBron going to LA. That's why I didn't want to stay on that topic too much. We could save that for LeBron. For Jay.
We could talk about, whatever. We could talk about whatever. That's going to be going on for a while.
He just going to go against. He already told us in the first episode, he was like, well, he don't want LeBron to go to the Lakers because, quote, and I quote, that's Kobe territory.
Yeah. But guess what? He just shot me your text.
You can have more than one great player on a team.
Right.
Especially throughout history. You can't be scared of someone coming and diminishing somebody else's legacy. There's nothing that LeBron can take away from Kobe. Kobe did his thing. Kobe got what he got and did what he did. And
let a hardcore LeBron fan tell it, yes, he could.
No.
A hardcore LeBron fan will tell you otherwise.
Just like Kobe, there's nothing that Kobe could do to Shaq's legacy. There's nothing that Shaq and Kobe could do to the ones that came before him, like Magic Johnson.
I totally agree with that.
You know what I'm saying?
But whenever you talking to these LeBron fans, leave it to them. LeBron about to go take over that trophy in front of Staples Center.
It sounds like you hate LeBron.
I don't know about all that.
I really do. I do. I hate them.
I mean,
not all of them. His dick riders. There's a difference. The fans I fucks with.
If they
talk
they
basketball.
can knock them out
the
in
dick
the
riders,
first
I
round,
fucking hate them.
second round though, they wanted to. If they make it, if it gets to that point.
Who?
the Lakers. Like they, since they gonna figure out, they weaknesses during the, y'all gotta give LeBron
They're going to at least
props,
make
man.
it to the
His
second round.
IQ, his basketball IQ is like that's what make him like, better than most players too, because he know basketball and it's like.
You sure it don't have nothing to do with being a physical freak of nature?
But I'm saying you can be physical. You can be physical dominant. Let's look at Dwight Howard.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That man.
Of what year? Because he ain't been too dominant in the past lot of years.
I'm about to say,
Okay, that's what I'm
when was
saying.
that man ever?
It's not
dominant?
his.
When he was playing for the Magic,
it's his
you couldn't do
IQ,
shit with
man.
him.
Like he,
That was back in 09.
he don't make smart choices.
Boy,
when
we
he on the court.
18.
For real. Let me see. Yeah,
Or,
I
like,
don't think my
practice
daughter
shot,
was even
like, he
born at
can't
the
think
time.
of, the physics of shooting a free throw. He just throw the ball. Like it's like get out there and just throw the ball at the goal. If it goes in, if it goes in, I mean, that's how Dwight Howard played. Like
Dwight Howard, man.
Boy, that's how Shaq play. I'm like, y'all saw the one where Shaq airballed a free throw, ran and caught it, and dunked it.
That boy a fool.
Shaq can be shooting with one hand, with one finger. He just hold the ball in one hand, just let it go.
I was looking at one of the Shaq highlights, man. Every time I look at it, it's the same. I forgot who did. I want to say it's Complex Magazine on Facebook. Every time I see it across my timeline, I stop and watch. It's the one whenever you could see Jordan. It's like, I want to say they doing warm-ups and Jordan playing defense on him, and he doing like, he do a little dream shake and he turn around and fade away or something like that. Then he just start going in. They start showing him breaking backboards, dunking on people. Hey, man, Shaq was fun to watch.
Shaq was a beast though.
Hell yeah. I mean, he couldn't fuck with me, but
What?
I would like to see Shaq in his prime and KD in his prime on the same squad. How would that play out?
Shaq and KD?
Yeah, how you think that would play out?
Not as good as Shaq and Kobe.
Definitely
Kobe in his prime, like killed Durant in his prime.
For real.
Ooh, what?
True story.
Kobe,
What you talking about?
You said
in
would?
his
you
prime
really don't put
would kill,
Durant next to
murder,
Kobe.
slaughter Kevin Durant in his prime.
I disagree. I never saw one person yet that can guard Kevin Durant one-on-one.
What?
I never saw one person yet.
Stop.
Westbrook can't guard Kevin Durant?
Hell nah. But you know who did a good job on him? Paul George. He did a good job. He couldn't stop him. He did a good job. That's the same thing like
Just
LeBron.
like they can't stop LeBron.
Exactly.
Jumper,
But
man, it's
I
hard to
did
stop,
see
though.
Kawhi Leonard
he's so
D him
long.
up. Kawhi Leonard D'd up LeBron pretty decent.
Man, let me tell you something. Then who was the technically the Kobe stopper? You didn't see when these people had so Kobe stoppers.
Yes.
We gonna say
I know.
Bruce
I
Bowen
can tell you
or
who's a
somebody
Kobe killer.
Who the Kobe killer? Who?
Gilbert Arenas.
What? Man, get
Gilbert
outta here.
Arenas. He used to kill Kobe.
Get out of
And I was a Kobe fan. I ain't a big Kobe fan, but I fuck with Kobe heavy.
I seen a thing.
Gilbert would give him the business.
I seen a thing with Gilbert and Kobe, and they were both going back and forth, and Kobe was still getting his, man. I didn't see Gilbert. Gilbert did not shut him down.
Oh, nobody. Not too many people can shut Kobe down. But the thing about it, Kobe go shoot. What's shutting Kobe down, bro? He could take about 40, 50 shots, and he could make about 30. You know what I'm saying? Look how many shots you taking. You know what I'm saying? Whereas you have one of the most efficient scorers to ever play in Kevin Durant. If Kevin Durant put up about 35 shots, he gonna make about probably 30. You feel what I'm saying? Like, he's the most efficient scorer that I probably seen. You know what I'm saying? Outside of just dunking like Shaq and, the centers do, he can shoot
But what
from
he
anywhere.
was doing, can we compare those stats now from the Warriors to his time at OKC? Because I feel like he wasn't efficient at OKC though.
You feel like what?
He wasn't an efficient scorer at OKC.
Man, you crazy.
I remember him not showing up some nights.
Yeah, whenever they played against the Warriors, and then after he went and joined them, everybody remember that. But
I'm talking about what you said. You said he the most efficient scorer. That's only because he owned the Warriors.
Boy, no, boy. Even back when he was at OKC, man, that boy would just be scoring. Like, I want to say he broke a record for having the most consecutive 30-point games.
I do remember that.
That boy, he scores, son.
I do remember that.
Like, you put the ball in Kevin Durant's hands, 9 out of 10. I'll give you about 8 out of 10, he going to hit that shot. Wherever he's shooting from, he going to hit that shot. It's almost surprising sometimes when Kevin Durant misses. Now, Curry, you expect Curry to hit a lot of threes, but he has some times where he be so off, he just break. Then once he make like 2 or 3, then he on. Kevin Durant, you probably,
in that range. He got a range.
You probably
though.
won't see Kevin Durant legit miss 3 shots in a row.
40%.
You probably won't see it.
All right, so I'm looking at a list right now of the most efficient players in the modern NBA.
This nigga fact checking, really?
No. Check this out.
Fact checking, bro.
Like, all right, so name.
You just disrespect.
I'm gonna name somebody on the list, and they go all through. I'm gonna name somebody on the list or whatever.
Centers.
And I want you to name somebody. So I want you to name who you think might else be on there. So one of them is Shaquille O'Neal.
Of all time, that's what you're doing. I thought you were talking about in the league right now.
No, there's some in the league right now.
You said modern.
There's some in the league right now. Nah, I'm looking at
Kobe not in that list.
No, Kobe's
I told
not on
you
there.
he's not. He take too many shots.
Durant not either. But there's somebody that you know very well that's on that list right now.
For LeBron?
James Harden.
Yes, James Harden be hitting, and all he do is layups and threes in the same spot. He's shooting layups and he's shooting top of the key threes. That's all he do.
Charles Barkley on there too.
Yeah, he is pretty efficient.
His range though.
Who? James Harden?
Yeah.
I mean, his range decent. It ain't like Curry range and nothing like that.
Your boy on there for 2016 to 2018. Your boy, everybody know Boban Marjanovic.
Oh yeah, boy, him, yeah.
Bobo.
You know who else was Bobo?
Yeah, Bobo be hitting.
Hey man, you know when you say that, I think about Super Punch Out. What's that dude name? Didn't he have a dude named Bobo or something like that? No, I'm thinking about Soda Popinski. Oh, y'all didn't play that game.
You talking about Super Punch Out, the dude with the crown. You talking about the dude you had to fight that had the crown.
Yeah, they had two different ones. They had like Mike Tyson Punch Out and they had just regular Super Punch Out.
Nah, I used to play
they
the
both
one with Mike Tyson.
I had the one. I had both of them because everybody used to just fuck up Glass Joe. Why this nigga was even a boxer? You remember that shit? Son? That nigga like he's about like
I don't know, but I ain't gonna
67
lie.
years old, wrinkled as shit.
Last time I played that, about 2 years ago, my homeboy had a Nintendo. You know, it had been a while, so I had to play like that old stuff. And whoever it was, man, the first dude, I think that's Glass Joe, huh?
Glass Joe.
Glass Joe's
getting. That's what I was saying.
Hey,
why was this dude even a boxer? Like,
no.
He blocked nothing.
No.
You throw a punch, you hitting him.
No, man. I hadn't played so long. I said Glass Joe's giving me the fucking business.
What?
Bro.
Hold up, son. You lost to Glass Joe. How the hell you lose to Glass Joe?
That nigga was giving me the fucking business. And you know what?
After you beat Glass Joe, I think you fight him again, right? No. It was a little Italian dude. You remember him?
Yeah.
It was an Italian dude with like the rose in his mouth, and he had that old quick uppercut. Matter of fact, who was that person that I want to say, was it him? After you beat him like the first, I want to say the first round or something like that. After he finished beating him, that's when he started running down the road, chasing after his trainer on a bike. Who was that? You know what I'm talking about? I forgot who it was. But I forgot all those character names. Man, you got to pull them up. You got the computer.
So what? Mike Tyson.
Fact checking
that. The last dude, right?
Yeah, Tyson was the last dude. I used to hate that nigga so much.
So let me ask y'all this, man. Going back to the whole Laker thing, which is how we got on all that. They got the room and everything like that, but just because for the sake of making a more championship team so they can have a better run, even though they don't have to, do y'all perceive them getting rid of anybody?
They really want Kawhi Leonard this year, and I don't think the Spurs want to give up Kawhi Leonard and look to have them playing with LeBron this year because Kawhi trying to take matters into his own hands, but he's still in the contract. So in order to get Kawhi Leonard, Popovich, hold on, let me finish. Popovich want max. He want like everything y'all have that y'all could possibly offer for Kawhi Leonard for 1 year. Now, I don't believe nobody going to invest that much in getting Kawhi Leonard basically for a rental unless it's the Lakers that really want him this year. Now, the Lakers, they have to give up a whole lot of young players. The young core that they could have been developing in the next 2 or 3 years, they have to give up all of that. You know what I'm saying? Just to get Kawhi Leonard. Now, if they do that, they better win the championship this year and next year. That's going to be a bust. That's going to be fucked up. And yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's too much of a good idea. Like I said, we probably want to call Jay on this subject because that's what he be talking about. Like he don't want to lose his young players.
Nah, and I think that's a good way to look at it because these young players are what's going to carry that team into the future. And you have some good players in the Julius Randle, the Lonzo Ball, the Brandon Ingram, some players who can actually play, and they have that chemistry with each other.
Yeah.
And they still got Kyle Kuzma, correct?
They trying to let go of Kuzma to get Kawhi. They're trying to let go of Kuzma. They're trying to let go of.
Ain't nobody trying to trade Kawhi Leonard. Ain't nobody trying to trade one of the top 5 players in the game for Kyle Kuzma.
Yeah, but it's a package though. They want to give up Kuzma. I'm still fucked up from last night. That's why I've been fucking up, slurring over words. Can't even think. But yeah, it's a lot of people they're trying to get rid of. I think I don't recall them saying nothing about Julius Randle.
Well, nah, of course not. That man can fill it up. They ain't getting rid of him.
Let me see, man. I'm pull that shit up on Twitter real quick.
They are not getting rid of Julius Randle.
Yeah, I believe he's in a contract too, right? He just signed some type of deal.
Who, Julius Randle?
Yeah.
What type of deal did he sign?
I'm not sure, man. Like I told you, I'm still fucked up from last night. You gotta help me out.
So
Deuce.
you went last night. You went to New Orleans.
Yeah. Shout out to my cousin Sydney, man. He getting married next week. Yeah, my cousin Sydney getting married, so that was our bachelor party. So we basically went out there and played Boo-Ray. That's about it.
So that's Sydney. That's Sydney that used to be on Durio? No, that's not him.
Yeah, him.
That dude done got big, bro. I mean, not big, but like tall. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nigga talking like he was a kid or something, man. I ain't see you since you was that small, man. You didn't got big. Yeah, man. I mean, everybody, about to get married, He's not a kid. But yeah.
What's up, though? I thought that was him, but I didn't know.
What you talking about in that picture that I posted on Facebook?
No, I'm saying I be seeing him like on Facebook, and then when you posted a video, I was like, man, that kind of look like the dude that used to be in band and stuff with the braids and all that.
All right, yeah, so he have nothing to do with the podcast. Fuck Sydney. But anyway, yeah, we had his
JD, I'll mess with them little kids playing them drums.
Yeah, man, them little dudes was nice, man. Hey, you ever been to New Orleans?
Them buckets.
And you see those little cats playing on the drums, Bates?
On the buckets or the actual drums?
The buckets are the drums. They be having drumsticks. They be about like 4 or 5 of them going hard on some drums. Damn.
I haven't really seen that in New Orleans. I've gone and seen people playing on the street. Like I seen a guy playing the flute, and I was
they be doing all kind of shit. He had a snake.
I had no, he didn't have a snake. I remember I had
in a bucket.
A $5 bill, but I didn't want to give him the whole 5. So while he playing the flute, I'm dancing. I'm making a song up while we doing the thing. I'm like, "Hey, flute man, can I get some change? Flute man, can I get some change?"
Man, you should have recorded that, bro.
I wanted to. That's why I was telling my girl at the time.
Had to say it like that.
And what's her name?
Say it like that.
What's her name again?
Friend.
It's irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
True.
No, I can tell you this because you don't know. You know how with this, we never know who'll be listening to. I haven't talked to that girl, and I don't know. It's been a little while now, like some months.
The way your tone just changed, you seem affected.
No.
She had your heart.
No. I chose not to talk to her.
No, I'm talking about your tone change just now when you're speaking of her.
No. This is why I'm doing that because
you're coming from an emotional place. I get it.
No, man. Shut the fuck up. Let me finish my point. No, I've never done this before. I actually just quit talking to her cold turkey. I ain't give her no reason or anything like that. I had my reasons, but I didn't tell her anything. I just stopped talking to her because when you're at a certain point to where things aren't working and you just like totally fed up. And it was one of those things where we had been like back and forth for like a year and a half or whatever. And it was just one of those things. Every time you try again, you keep seeing the same thing. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just tired of this.
So you basically used her until you got tired of her and just moved on.
No, that's not what I said at all.
People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around.
No, he was saying they went back and forth. Like that.
Hey, man, that's dope. You should make that into a song.
Either it could have been an argument or something.
That's Mike, man.
He wasn't there anymore. And he just, fell back. He fell back and she didn't, pursue him. So
okay, Dr. Phil.
Oh no, she hit me up a couple times. I just ignored her again.
That is so mean, bro.
I ignored her on.
You invested your time and energy in her.
Facebook.
Do you have a legit reason to ignore her like that?
On my phone.
For no reason.
I ignored her on email.
Did she do something to you?
I had plenty of reasons.
But you just said you stopped talking to her cold turkey.
Yeah. Because it was one of those situations. You ever try to explain something to a girl and they
enough said. Say less.
Yeah, and they just keep coming back with it. So if I would have said I want to do this, but why? It would have been like this. But why? And blah blah blah. You know what? Fuck it. Then I don't want to talk to you ever again. Click and click. You get that click. Look, 2 minutes later.
Not
so
even
really,
that.
so really, it's
Really,
just
you're not
over.
gonna call me back?
It's just over.
I hang up on you and you can call me back. That's how we do. You don't love me. You don't
So I
care.
was just supposed to argue with you for the whole, the whole 30 minutes trying to get you to see my point. No, that's not how it works.
Man, just like Ply said on the end of Drake's song, you mad. You want to argue.
You big man.
You big man. Shit, yeah, man. I'm tired of arguing. Man, ain't got no reason to argue. Why argue if we're not going to discuss how we can make things better? What's the point in shouting and yelling our demands when you don't agree with what I want and I don't agree with what you want? Right? Because females ultimately want so much from a man, and it's more than just regular shit. They want like above and beyond. They want us to go above and beyond for them.
But it's like the reality. Their reality is different from ours. Like, it's like, okay, focus on what's around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't ask for a foreign car, a Mercedes, when we making, you know what I'm saying?
Honda money.
Right. Something like that.
Speaking of growth and things like that, man, I want to track back to something that we talked about last week when we talked about Triple X. So when we were discussing his music, we were discussing, how his music view, how he kind of like spoke death into existence, but at the same time, someone else took his life. But going back to what his music was talking about, and you said y'all wanted to touch on a realistic topic. Do you think depression is a state of mind, or is it a
actual disease?
Yes.
Is that question for me or Deuce? You want to go first?
Questions for everyone.
Do I think depression is a state of mind or is it an actual disease? Well, technically speaking, I want to say that you can be diagnosed with depression. And I mean, if you can be diagnosed with something, it's obviously a sickness.
Not necessarily, not if you don't believe it to be.
Right.
You can be
So you're saying it's a state of mind.
I'm saying in my view of it, I think it depends on the person.
A disease, doesn't that...
Because it's going to be how you deal with it. People deal
with
it in
disease
different
can
ways.
be cured. Like sometimes depression can't be cured. Like some
I tell you what,
disorders can't be cured. So
you can cure depression,
disease,
and you can cause
like
depression
can't be cured
with medicine. Like let's say like you're a very hyper person as a kid, and your parents decide to put you on Ritalin, which brings you down. That's a downer. That can put you in a place that you can't climb out of.
True.
Maybe you can
That's
be depressed.
why we agree that it's
But
a mental.
it's a mental
to me because
a mental disease. I believe it's mental. It could be emotional. Mental, emotional is the same thing. Do you qualify that as the same, Bates?
Mental and emotional?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, because sometimes, neither one at times you are in control of, but I feel like you have more
control over your
emotions than you do the mental. But sometimes the mental could cause emotional problems. So it really depends.
Let's
and
talk.
It really depends on the person, because some people are strong enough to see what's going on and get themselves out of it, while others are looking at it in a different light. So when they need that help, whether it's antidepressants, whether it's someone to talk to or anything like that, that's something that they need because they struggle with it mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody has a different mental capacity, to deal with these things. Just like those drugs may work for them, may not work for the next person.
Right.
True.
Or that conversation that worked for them may not work for the next person, which is why people talk to people all the time and they're like, all right, man, I appreciate the talk, man. Thanks for being there. Turn around, go kill yourself.
Mm-hmm. Right. And that's another thing. You never know what somebody going through behind closed doors. Like I could be smiling in your face, and the strongest people, the one that's always looking out for you, can have the dark, dealing with the most demons, and you would never know. That's why you have to check on everybody, man. But as far as depression, I've been a positive person. I feel like I'm a very optimistic person. I try to find good in everything. But I don't think I really dealt with depression up until last year, whenever my partner Chris, R.I.P. Chris Ashton, he died. And it was real tough. And it's crazy the way it went down, because I don't know if Bates, you knew much about it. Did I tell you about it? Well, for the listeners out there, he came to my life. We joked about, him being my music manager for like since we known each other. And we both was working, I did my job, he did his job, but it just came full circle. We started putting the label back together. I was on the brinks of wrapping up my album. And he worked like a mile and a half from by my house. So never had a chance to come to my house. This one day, he finally have a chance to come. Like he always saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna come. We gonna have this business meeting. We gonna break down everything we gonna do." Good person. Everybody know Chris, man. He's a jokester. He be goofy. He always trying to make somebody laugh. He's a very positive person. And we chilling up in here. We talked. We discussed a lot of stuff, and of course, we came out with a whole lot of ideas. He leave from my house to go downtown. I didn't even know he was going downtown. And ultimately, he gets murdered. Now, I have family members that pass. I have, friends, relatives. We have a lot of people, that passed in my family that I know. But for whatever reason, I think the fact that he was in good spirits and good health a couple of hours before passing and with me, man, that affected me real, real hard. Like I started questioning why this had to happen the way it happened. You know what I'm saying? And from that point on, up until about, and this was back in August, up until about March, I've been in like a really, really dark place. And me never being that conscious of depression, I just tried to thug it out and just, make it through without I didn't really talk much about. I speak to my wife and maybe a couple of my partners, but I never really vented. I was lacking inspiration and everything. I just felt dark and just down the whole time. And I thought that I was just mourning him. I would just say that I was affected. But man, even though
that happened like that, do you think that it was for a reason? I'm talking about like higher power. I'm talking about like higher
honestly,
power.
bro.
Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even want to get into that right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Be honest with you. I don't even want to get into that. Yeah, because there's a lot of things that I thought about, and like I said, when I look back at it, I realized that I was in a state of depression, and I found inspiration in doing small things, and that's what ultimately got me out of my state of depression, because I'm a very creative person. Make beats, just talking, venting like this, and writing songs and just inspiring. But I didn't have no inspiration myself. It didn't come natural. It wasn't organic. It felt like I was forcing myself, and that was probably one of the worst things about it, because me not being able to create, and on top of that, dealing with trying to get over that situation, I was in such a dark place, and I didn't realize that I was in depression. I was in a depressed state. So my question to you would be, it could be a question for myself. Was that more mental, or would that be like a disease? Like, well, the question is depression the state of, is a mind state, or is it a disease?
Yeah.
That's why I brought in the fact of it being emotional.
And that, for you, it seems like that was more mental because you got yourself through it. But for some, I feel like if you don't deal with it, then it could possibly develop into a disease, because once it takes over and you're in those certain places, a lot of times you'll continue to pull yourself down. It'll become repetitive, And if you don't have anyone to talk to, which that's a form of therapy, or you're not on some type of medication or anything like that, you can continue the same cycle because, you keep doing the same thing. Your mind starts telling yourself stuff, just like with anything else. Until you learn something different, all you know is what you know.
Right. Man, you must seen a therapist. Cause you talk a lot of you sound like some shit that'll come from a therapist, like for real. But yeah, continue, man.
Nah, I don't see a therapist. I just think a lot.
Right, you just think a lot.
You might make a dope ass fucking therapist, bro. You never know.
That's more.
That might be your calling.
That's more school and more money.
You ain't never.
But it's also going. I mean, I just want to say about people, thinking and researching and all that. That's a form of learning. You're teaching yourself. We don't have to depend on shout out to my boy J Law. So we don't have to depend on the system to teach us, man. We don't have to depend on, the economy to give us what we need. You know what I'm saying? We can always find a way to develop. That's how we, that's where we come from. That's how what our ancestors came from. know what I'm saying? We find a way to develop in our own villages, in our own culture, know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't, we not really designed to be in their culture or, you know, the outside culture. We designed to be, you know, us, people of color, know what I'm saying? That's what I think,
I
honestly.
think what
Like
Deuce is
it's
trying to say is Wakanda forever.
Boy, here, bro. So let me ask you this, man. All right. So back on the depression topic, Deuce. All right. Did you answer the question if you think it's more mental or a
yeah, I
disease?
said it's more mental. It's more mental. I mean, I believe it's more mental. I never did believe in medication. I never
That's where I
did
was going
believe
with it
in, you know,
because
even though at one point I took medication. At one point I took, used to smoke weed every day. At one point I used to drink, you know what I'm saying? But it's like I feel like how you said you do the small stuff, like you did small stuff to help you get out of it. That's exactly what you need to do, man. Just constantly
therapy.
test, like challenge yourself. You know what I'm saying? To do
I,
this,
it
do
depends.
that.
It depends on
Just
your
open
narrative of
up. You know what I'm
challenging
saying?
yourself. Because in my case, being that I want to be in a studio and I want to be creative, being that I was in that dark place, I think that it kind of hurt me that I was forcing myself to be in a place where I wanted to be. Like I wanted to create. I wanted to make beats. I wanted to write. I wanted to listen to music.
You know
Everything
what
that
they
I
say? Growth
organically
is
love.
pain, bro. Growth is
Everything that was
pain. Like it
organically that I organically love. But while I was going through that, it's like I had to make myself because I felt like, man, I ain't been in the studio, and I tell myself like, man, I have to shake out of this funk, man. I gotta find a way to get back in the studio. But when I would go, it felt like I was forcing myself more than me just going in there and it being natural or organic. So my thing is this, man.
you was coming from somewhere deep. That's when you produce. What song? I mean, you said you recorded "Okay to Cry."
Yeah,
Or
that was
what
the
songs
only.
did you record after that? Like,
I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay to Cry was the last song I recorded, and that was after Chris got killed. He got killed in August. The album was supposed to come out for my birthday in October. I recorded Okay to Cry with Soldier J. I believe it was at the end of September or the beginning of August. I mean, I'm sorry, September or the beginning of October. And that
and that's the
was
last
the
song of the album.
last song I wrote, period, till this day. I maybe wrote a small verse. I didn't even finish. Like I said, I just shook that funk in March. Right now we're in July, right? Well, it'll be
Right.
July tomorrow, and I never wrote a song since. And like I don't know, I'm still trying to get back into that. So I'm still kind of trying to shake back. But my thing was this: I wanted to ask this, all right? Because I'm a person like, especially when I have like headaches and stuff, I don't really believe in all that taking all the medicine, prescribed shit. So, what could be some natural remedies to get over depression? Do you believe that's the best remedy to get over depression?
Do I believe that's the best? Not for everybody, no. Some of the natural remedies, like I said before, would probably be talking with someone about it, doing whatever you need to do.
Working
Yeah,
out.
doing whatever you need to do, like to kind of work it out. Like you said, find something that gives you some type of enjoyment, or
Mm-hmm.
find something that takes up your time, so you're not sitting there in a depressed state. Those are things you could do to work it out. But depending on the person, it doesn't matter what you're doing, because you could be doing something and you could be not into it, and then you're still there, you're doing something, but you're still depressed. So some people actually do need to be medicated.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just depends on the person.
Because I'm one that look at medicine as if it's like an excuse sometimes. Sometimes, like I try to find every reason to down taking medicine, because I feel like we putting all this shit that's processed in our system you know, to temporarily get us over whatever our problem is. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, we doing that, we could just be slowly but surely creating another problem. And then we could try to fix that with medicine. That could be slowly but surely creating another problem. That's why I prefer to get over everything that I'm going through as natural as possible. You know what I'm saying? It's just like going and get your car fixed. You never know what the fuck the mechanic doing. He might be snipping some small wire that's going to be a slippery slope, and you have to come right on back to him because he want to keep your business. And I believe that's how the system works. I could be wrong. I could sound crazy, but that's just one of the things that I be thinking. So I believe the same thing with like for me, that's a bad thing because while I was going through my depression stage, I would not go to the doctor because I don't want to pay for a doctor. I feel like I'm strong enough to make myself get through this, which is I think that was one of my downfalls. I got to understand like when you need help,
Right.
you should go out and like don't be too strong to receive help. Be open for help. Be receptive.
Sometimes it's not a thing about being too strong. It's a thing about actually taking the time to sit there and realize, you know where you're at. Because a lot of people don't seek help because they don't know that they need it. They're not viewing it the same way that you are. It's almost like a coach after the play.
Right.
People can sit there on the sideline and critique everything you're doing, but if they're not on the field when you're playing the game, then they can't really see why you're making some of those decisions.
Right. I see you throwing shade at me for talking about LeBron. I get it.
No.
That's what it seemed like. Like, LeBron, you ain't him shooting in the gym and shit. I get it.
I said on the field. If anything, I was talking about the football, which is
man, I get the metaphor. All right. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, we on a good hours. I think that pretty much wraps up the podcast, man. It was a really good show. We'll soon be putting up the Instagram page, man. Follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, and YDZ337 Dewsby. Are you on the gram? Bates Benny.
Yep.
And J La Soul. I think it's J_La_Soul 90. No, what is I forgot what year it is. Like 82. All right, 82. Yeah. Shout out to J La Soul. And we'll soon be on YouTube. Y'all can follow us on there. We planning on expanding real big on YouTube. We're gonna start doing the visual live episodes and posting it on YouTube. And yeah, what else you got, Bates?
Not much currently. Currently, man, you know what I just started doing? Like Deuce was saying about the learning thing, how, we could learn ourselves, not designed to be in institutions or, everything that he was saying. I've actually on I don't know if you've heard this site called lynda.com. So I'm actually doing more things, studying marketing.
Like self-tutorials and stuff, like learning about
a lot of things
programs.
like that. And some of them you can actually take where they teach you classes or where you can actually go take these tests to get certified in certain things like marketing. So right now I'm on the path to do AMA certified digital marketing because I'm trying to do, like I said before on every podcast, I'm trying to do other things, especially with the content marketing, content creation and different things like that. So that's where I'm at right now.
I'm about to go check out that lynda.com. I done heard about it, but it's like never looked into it all the way.
Yeah, if you use it, it's a very powerful tool, man. You can learn a lot.
Yeah. All right, well, that's pretty much it, man. Like, again, check out the album on Apple Music, Google Play, Spotify, Young Days, the Unpolitically Correct. Check that out. And you got anything else, Deuce, before we shut it down?
Nah, good, man. Appreciate the time, you know what I'm saying? And much love.
Real talk, man. That's the Unpolitically Correct, episode 3. We out.